Hello and welcome. So, I'm going to take a look at the Guardian's Quiptic crossword, and this is being published on Sunday the 25th of May 2025, and our setter is Carpathian. So, I think Carpathian can be a little bit of a struggle at times, but generally their puzzles are a little bit better than the last ones we had for the last couple of weeks. I like a Quiptic to take me around 15 to 20 minutes. I don't mind it stretching me out to 25. After that, I begin to get a bit frustrated. But anyway, let's. I don't think there's anything else to say. We're going to crack on. So, Football Association secures revolutionary tie. Football Association will be FA, I assume. Secures will be ties. Revolutionary tie. Don't know. Okay, we'll have a look one down. Joined around old college as directed. Joined around old college. Oh, okay. Brown pea is pulped. I know it's like a anagram of peas. Sepia. There you are. There's a word on the board at last. This one, knight accepting thanks for one in flight. It's a stare, isn't it? So sir, yeah, sir is a knight. Let's look at this. Big top, a circus initially promises. Big top is a B. A circus initially. Doesn't really give me much else. Big promises are IOUs, I think. Spacious, spacious. A circus. A circus. Big top is a capacious. Seems reasonable. Promises. Big is capacious and a top is a cap. There we are. Old dog's eye directed towards Sally. Is that just an anagram of old dog's eye? No, because that's 8 letters. I only know one, and there's no C in R. No C or R. Don't know. Have a look at this one again. Joined around old college as directed. Not sure. Let's go to here. Setter taking. So that's probably me, isn't it? Taking test. Morale. Oral going into that. Admiring program with roaming. Admiring program with roaming. And roaming feels like it ought to be an anagram. Indicator program is 9 letters, so it could be an anagram of program. Admiring though would and roaming both end in ing, which suggests that it should end in ing. Okay, let's go with this. I can't. The trouble with this Guardian is I can't tab around, so I have to just move around. Stand up. Unusual cleaning aid. Stand up would be to rise. Rise, what's that rise? Unusual would be odd. Rise room. Cleaning aid. Let's leave that on there for a moment. Dig dome out for Maui perhaps. Feels like dig dome should be an anagram. Maui, I don't know where Maui is, but I assume it's an island in the Pacific direction, maybe part of Hawaii area. What that would be for an anagram of dig dome, I don't know. Or maybe it's an anagram of dome. Dig would be to like. Okay, masculine coat hung outside at first. Masculine coat hung outside. Don't think there's. I don't know why I'm thinking hidden word there, but my brain's thinking home. No, don't think so. Dug soil up around LA to produce bloom. That's surely going to be a an anagram of dug soil LA. Sorry, an anagram of a flower, which not sure. Boxing clubs with speed is a C rate. C for clubs, rate is speed, and box is a crate. Machine for deepening harbour, deserted by riverside. Well, riverside is an R, so take that out. But we've got an E in there, so deepening harbour, deserted by riverside. Well, machine for deepening is a digger. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting a few here, and there's a few difficult ones here. Really, this is kind of what I expect from Carpathian. Not writing, but not totally badly. This is neatly, isn't it? I just read the clue. Lane net out. Out is your anagram indicator. Tightly is neatly. Lessening recession. Gosh, recession is. Lessening is. Yeah, I look at the old dogs directed. I'll go back through them all afterwards. Hard growth on head. Ooh, hard growth on head. Alien bug. Hard would normally be an H. Bug be an insect. Growth on head would be hair. Alien would be ET. No. Could be a hornet, I suppose, could it? Hornet's a hard growth on the head. A bug? Yeah, I suppose a hornet is a type of wasp, is a type of bug, isn't it? I suppose. An insect. Okay. Exercise before cat returns. Before cat returns. Exercise before cat returns. I mean, it's almost like press up, isn't it? Which is puss going backwards, is it? There's puss. Oh, well done. Puss, and then pre. Yeah, pre. Okay. Have I looked at this? No, I haven't. Correction of last word on private message by hospital departments, either an ent or a ward, I think. Probably ent. Let's go that. Correction of last word is amendment, I suppose. Amend. And then private message is a DM. Direct messages. Piano with a canvas covering is conspicuous. Piano with a canvas covering is a tent, patent. Yeah, I think it's a patent, I suppose. Makes sense. Cheetah upset rabbi. Is that just that's a teacher? Okay, this feels more quiptic-y for me. Can't see that one yet. This one, clamour about V&A. Divan, clamour. Din, yep, V&A. Victorian Albert, not really. Have a look at that one in a minute. Barrel maker and wastrel regularly work together. Wastrel regularly would be. Well, it's not it's not ATL, and it's not WSR. Is that right? ATE. Oh, ATE. Okay, that's probably the regular letters of that. Barrel maker is a Cooper. Cooperate. That is Cooper. Cooperate. Cooperate. Okay. 6 deliveries is an over by Doctor over draft. Behind is aft. Yep. Okay, this bottom half definitely feels quiptic-y to me. I am definitely going to scroll up down now. Headed back to a hot island somewhere in India. Delhi. Headed is led backwards, and then hot island is HI. Fair enough. Marshall leading section for Will. Marshall leading section for Will. Is that to have will, or is that a section of the will? Can I think of the codicil? I don't think it's going to be that. French fish, oh gosh, with French fish with heart removed is toxic. That's poison, isn't it? Poison and poisson. There we go. So what's this? Marshall leading section for will. Marshall. Okay, what's this? More attention seeking, something E, reindeer losing head, needier. Okay, nice. This is husband annoys, working dependence. Annoys, handed on hands, I'm not sure. Okay, view, 6, tailless deer. Deer are stag vista. Narrow passage, artist represented. Narrow passage, artist represented. So just a straight, which is an anagram artist. I think it is. Melody to pinch revolting seed. A seed I thought was going to be a nut. hang on, to pinch, revolting seed. Melody is a... I'm going to put an in there for nuts. That's an in or an on. If it is husband, I don't... working is on, so... dependents are... a noise. Husband, a noise. Hangers on. Hangers on. Angers. I'm going to have to sneeze. Excuse me, there'll probably be another 2 sneezes to follow that. Right, I'll come back to these melodies to... I'm sure it's a nut. I'm going to put a nut in there. Another sneeze. Excuse me. Right, okay, well that's a little bit happy down the bottom. Let's have a look at these top ones then. Football Association secures revolutionary tie. I don't really understand what revolutionary tie... Fasten. Fast net. Is that right? Okay, so net backwards. Yeah, fasten his ties. Okay, what is this then? Joined around old college. Is that OC? For as directed. Joined. If that was joined, that'd be directed, as directed, focused. Fused. Yeah, fused. Going around it. Focused. Lessening decline is a recession, I suppose. That's a shun word, isn't it? That is an anagram. Old dogs. That's only 8 letters. Towards Sally. Excursion is the word, isn't it? You take an excursion. Ex, old, cur, and then I directed. I don't understand that bit. I'll have to think excursion. Curse. I. On. Okay. Oh, what do you got? Stand up. Stand up unusual. Is that just an anagram? Stand up unusual? Yes, it must be. How did I miss that? It's a dustpan. Okay. Now I've got the N in there. I can see that. So I can't think apparent here, but admiring is appreciate. App is a program with roaming. Appreciate isn't going to fit. App. Applaud. Roaming. Approving. Roving. Yep. Machine for deepening harbour. Deserted by riverside. Not sure about that one yet. This, masculine coat hung outside at first, is that? There's my overhung outside. Macho, that's macho, isn't it? Not quite sure why at the moment. Mac ho, ho for the hung outside. Dig dome, it's going to be an anagram. I think. Okay, let's look at this one. Hope this one. Dug soil up. Ah, that was my around LA to produce bloom. Gardalias or something, is it? Gardalian gourd. Let's stick it through the anagram helper. Dug soil LA. I'm going to go with the fact that I've got a D or a G in there, so there's a D or a G in here. Is that a demigod? Oh, demigod is Maui. Okay, I'm going to go with that being a demigod as opposed to a demi-dog. Which makes that dredge. Yeah, harbour deserted. So machine for deepening is a dredger without an R. Is that right? Yeah, you dredge harbours, don't you? This, I've got no idea what this word is. I assume it's an anagram of... There's 2 L's, so it's going to be Laz. Although... Yeah, bloom. Let's take that out again and have another look. I mean, if you don't know a word and you've got letters like this to put in it, I'm not sure you can do much about it really. I think Dilas is probably like Goadillus. I would probably go with I've got rid of the A, haven't I? Cordillas. I don't know really. I think. Not sure really. As there's not a lot you can do if you don't know the word. So these last two then, Marshall, leading sections. So leading sections is maybe an S, and a will is Marshall is to. My brain's thinking stall. How long have we been on this? 15 minutes. That's what I like, and there are two left. Melody to pinch, revolting nut. Melody. What's the wordplay? Revolting is up. A seed is some kind of nut. Revolting is melody. Let's have a look at that on the horizontal. Pine nut. I don't know quite how that's pine nut, but I think pine nut is a seed, as I recall. Melody. I'll come back to that. So that just leaves this one. Marshall. Leading section for will. I mean, it sounds like to get to will, for will. Small. Marshal. You marshal the troops, or you are a leader, which are similar things. Stall, marshal. Okay, well I'm going to have a little, probably off the top of the screen a bit, I'm going to have a little pause on thing and have a think to myself on these. Right, I've just been thinking about this and I suddenly thought section might mean it's a hidden word, and there's shall. I shall do this, so there we go. I think that's all the puzzle, because it's a hidden word in cross marshal, leading, and yeah, if you will to do something then you shall do it. I think, let's check it all. Okay, whatever that word is. Gladiolise, that'll be. Gladiolise, how do you spell that? Gladiolas? Yes, I do know that word actually. Now, gladiolise. Couldn't bother to. Oh, was it gladiolus? Try again. There we go. All done, eventually. Right, just think about gladiolus and good old Dame Everidge and her gladdies. Yeah, gladdies from Madge. There we go. Right, I've reset I just refreshed the screen, which gets rid of all the ticks and makes it a little bit easier to go through the clues. Right, let's try and explain what's going on. We've got Football Association, that's the FA. Secures is nets. Revolutionary is saying put nets backwards, which gives you fasten, which is to tie. So that's your definition, tie. Maui, perhaps. Perhaps it's saying Maui is an example of this, and I guess Maui must be a demigod because the anagram of dig dome is demigod, and out is your anagram indicator. Big is capacious. A top is a cap. Think of a bottle cap. A is in the clue. Circus initially says take the C from circus, and promises are IOUs. A box is a crate. Clubs is a C, so you can. That's a standard abbreviation because if you're a bridge player, then when you're making your scoring notes, you put C for clubs. And a speed is a rate. A knight is a sir, S-I-R. Accepting thanks, which is tar, and gives you one in a flight. So one in a flight of stairs, a stair. Admiring is approving. A program is an app, as in application, and roaming is roving. We've got a double definition here, so something that's lessening is declining, so lessening, decline. Can you make that conversion from an ing word to a not ing word? Anyway, decline is also a recession. You're in recession, you're in decline, and lessening is the waters are lessening, the waters decline. Okay, double def anyway. Lay net is an anagram of neatly, out is your anagram indicator, and neatly is tidily. Hard is H, a growth on the Hard is not H in this situation. Hard growth on the head is a horn. Think of animals with horns. They have hard growth on their heads. Alien is ET, the extraterrestrial, and a hornet is a bug. So in this case, a bug being an insect. Press up is an exercise. Before is pre, and then cat returns is puss going backwards. 6 deliveries in cricket are an over. Beside the doctor, who's DR, and behind is the aft. And bank arrangement is an overdraft. Clamour is a din going around the V&A, just around the letters V&A, so nothing to do with the Victoria and Albert Museum. And a divan is a furniture item. Right, shall is a hidden word across Marshall leading. Section is telling you it's a hidden word, and you exert your will. You shall do this. So that's what that's about. That's the definition. Let's scroll on down. Look at these last few crosses. Husband is an H, standard abbreviation. Annoys is angers, and working, something that's working is on, and hangers on are dependents. More attention seeking is needier. Wild reindeer, so wild is saying it's an anagram of reindeer, but it's losing its head, so take the first R off and then anagram the rest to get to needier. A narrow passage is a straight, which is an anagram of artist, and represented is your anagram indicator. So there's the cross clues. On the downs, the downs we have, I guess, I think focused is defined by, directed is the definition, because joined is fused, F-U-S-E-D, going around O for old and C for college. Brown is sepia, P is an anagram of sepia, pulped is your anagram indicator. Old is X, dogs are curs, I is in the clue, and then directed towards, I think directed towards is saying go and work on this, I'm directing you to work on that. So on is directed towards, and a sally is an excursion. Dustpan is an anagram of stand up. Unusual is your anagram indicator, and a dustpan is a cleaning aid. Masculine is macho. A coat is a Mac, as in a Macintosh. And then we've got the initial letters of hung outside, as indicated by at first. Dug soil is, so we've got an anagram of dug soil is anagrammed with up, and then that's going around the LA. So, and that produces the gladiolus, which is a type of flower or bloom. A machine for deepening the harbour is a dredger, but deserted. So, side, dredge. Am I getting this wrong? Let's have a look at this. By river side, so deserted by river suggests take an R out of it. So dredger, which means to dredge is to side. Or are we just looking, or is a side an edge with a DR in it somewhere? I can't see that. So I guess to side is to dredge on that clue, because you've got a dredger without an R on the end, deserted by river. So it becomes side, dredge. Not sure about that. One of the few I can't pass. The setter is me, so ME, taking the test. So a test is an oral, put that into it. A degree of showing the degree of optimism. Well, what's your morale like today? A barrel maker is a cooper, alternately. Wastrel regularly, so we take the second, fourth, and sixth letters of wastrel gives you ATE, and put them together. Cooper 8 gives you working together, which is to cooperate. Interesting that they don't. Cooperate hasn't got. Sometimes I would have put cooperate. Sometimes having a hyphenation. I'm not sure about that. Correction is an amendment. The last word is amen or amen. On a private message, which is DM, direct messages, by the hospital department, which is the ear, nose and throat department. If you ever see hospital department, then it's usually going to be the ear, nose and throat, ENT or a ward. Teacher, a cheetah is an anagram of teacher. Upset is your anagram indicator, and a rabbi could be a teacher. Let's scroll on down a little bit more, get these last few into view. Right, P for piano, musical notation, with A is in the clue, and then canvas is a tent, which gives you patent, and so it's patently obvious, it's conspicuous, it's obvious. Right, what is going on here? I need to have a little look at this. Right, I've stared at that for a good couple of minutes and then finally figured out what's going on. So just basically if we look up from the bottom of the clue, we've got tune as a melody, and then to pinch is to nip. Revolting is saying put that upwards. So tune, nip gives you pine nut coming down. Pine nut is a type of seed. A French fish. A French fish is a poisson, which has got double S in the middle. So take this, one of the first S out because its heart has been removed. So the middle letter of poisson is an S taken out, which gives you poison, which is toxic. Headed back. So if you headed the group of people, then you led. So put that backwards, gives you DEL, and H for hot and I for island, standard abbreviations. You have to be able to see abbreviations in the real word. So H for hot, you might see it on hot taps, or you used to anyway, and I for island, you'll see it on a map book probably. Somewhere in India is Delhi. And finally, we've got view is a vista, 6 is VI in Roman numerals, and a tailless deer, so a stag without the G. And I think that's everything. Let's just check there's no more clues down there. No, so there we go, all done. I want to say undone by that gladiolus, but a nice pleasing puddle, nice pleasing puzzle, taking me under 20 minutes. So thanks for watching.